Hey guys.
Oh, hey, Mr. Bowden. We're here from the Sidekick, here to ask you 15 questions.
Yeah, right. Here, come on in.
So, what are your top 5 favorite films?
That's a hard one. I'm gonna say Sling Blade, Stand By Me, John Carpenter's The Thing, the 1982 version, the second Evil Dead movie, and Quentin Tarantino's first film, Reservoir Dogs.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
I have so many, but the one that comes to mind is my best friend Burke. I grew up with him in my neighborhood in Southern California. There was a couple who their backyard backed up to his backyard, and they would always go get in their hot tub at night, and we would hide up on his roof and watch them. And one night we bombarded them with water balloons as they were getting out. And he saw us, and we knew we were caught, so we ran into the house and took off down the street. And he came around the corner, and just as I hid behind this van, he grabbed my friend and took him to his house, and he got in all this trouble. And I just kind of like whistled and skipped on home, free, not getting in trouble at all.
If you could only read books from one author for the rest of your life, who would you choose?
Ooh, my first inclination is to say Stephen King because he has such a massive catalog of work. But I think I'd go with Christopher Moore. He's a contemporary satirist and humorist.
Who is your role model?
My uncle Don. He is a retired California highway patrolman. And most kids will say my dad, whatever. And growing up, my uncle was always the guy I looked up to. He was really fun and just the greatest guy.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I won't call it a talent, but people have told me I can sing, and I actually love going to karaoke bars.
What is one thing most people don't know about you?
Something people don't know about me. I don't know. Maybe that people may not know that I'm a huge Dodgers fan. So.
Hey, Mr. Bowden, how are you doing today?
Hey, Cody, how are you?
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you impersonate another teacher in your school?
Not any current teachers, but I have been known to do an impersonation of Mr. Sherman, who left us a couple years ago.
Yeah, alright, thank you, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
If you could travel anywhere in the world during any time period, when and where would you go?
I think I would go to Renaissance London, or maybe Italy, to see, that's when all the Renaissance of the art and the rebirth of all the art came about, to see Shakespeare in his actual time, and all the great artists that existed back then. I think, the Renaissance.
In your opinion, who is an underrated musician or band?
It's hard to say because I tend to listen to pretty obscure music, and I always feel like those bands deserve the recognition and the big money that some of the, the cookie cutter pop top 40 bands are making. If I had to pick one current artist who I think is overrated and maybe the best songwriter and most talented guy out there, Father John Misty.
What is one of the weirdest jobs you've ever had?
Weirdest jobs. My very first job was in California, and I worked at a feed store. And it was actually, my friend and I were the feed truck drivers. We would deliver bales of hay and feed to various farms and ranches out in the area. I mean, imagine leather chaps and big hay bale hooks. It was very, not me. Most people can't imagine me doing that.
What is your best piece of advice for aspiring writers or creatives out there?
I would just say to be yourself. Don't worry about what you think others want, what kind of art or writing would be popular or with others. Write what you want to write, paint what you want to paint, draw what you want to draw. But above all, be true to yourself. Be open and honest. If you're not going to be open and honest, it's best to not do the work at all.
And Mr. Bowden, do you like Frankenstein?
Frankenstein, no, I hate that. It's the worst book ever written. Why would you even ask that?
What age do you wish you could be forever?
The first thought is 12, and it ties to this story that Stephen King wrote called The Body. And there's a line in there about, what your friendships were like at age 12 and how they hadn't been complicated by adulthood and all the stress that comes later in life. But I don't think I would go back to adolescence for all the money in the world. Just too much stuff that comes with it. I don't want to go through that again. I think I would just stay 46.
What could you give a spontaneous 30-minute presentation on with no preparation?
Let's think. Spontaneous presentation on something. Sharks.
What fad or trend do you hope comes back?
I hope that we go back into the trend of the long plunging collars, shirts unbuttoned down to here, satin shirts, chest hair, gold chains, huge flared bell bottoms. Disco is not dead.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Bowden. Have a great day.
Absolutely, you too. Thanks for coming.
Do people follow the Sidekick?
Absolutely. It's a great place to get all kinds of news, not only what's going on the campus, but entertainment news, world news, etc. It's got a unique student perspective. I've got articles here, there, over on my file cabinet from over the years. So yeah, the Sidekick is a great place to go to find out about everything everything you want to know about Coppell and the world around you.